still 15 degrees. Heading out in this blustery cold day, I got the call that my propellers have been refurbished and completed, and I'm heading down there to see the machinist and pick those up. Here we are at Shady Harbor Marina in February 2022. That there is the Hudson River, completely frozen over. Here's a nice shiny new props. The original were 22 by 21, but the machinist was able to knock those down to a 20-inch pitch. So I should get a little more RPM. They're really ruining my shot here. Alright, we're back on the boat. I have the generator going, charging the batteries, and I have my little portable electric heater going to get some of the frost out of here. So, alright, so where are we standing? We got our propellers. The two propellers have been refurbished, and they're looking really good. And much thanks to Lou Newberg from FPS Propellers, who did the work for us on happy hours here. I learned quite a bit stopping at Lou's shop and seeing how the propellers are actually refurbished. Getting propellers refurbished was always like a hidden art. I didn't really know what entailed working on a propeller and refurbishing it and straightening out all the bent props and the blades. So Lou was helpful enough and nice enough to show me a little bit around his shop. He showed me some of the equipment he used and how he works the props. Surprisingly, to me, it's all a manual process. I thought it was some fancy machine that you put your propeller in and it spins through and it straightens out the props and it does whatever you need to do. But I was mistaken. It's all done by hand. There's heavy duty equipment and steel jigs that are used to actually hammer the blades into the shape that you need it. There's different types of jigs for different propellers and depending on the pitch. So like I said, Lou was able to show me around the shop a little bit, and I saw some different jigs that he used and some of the setups. So it's back-breaking work. He's been doing it for a very long time, and he's got quite a bit of experience, and I learned a lot by the short time I was in his shop. And he showed me around. Learned about my propellers. They're Nibral propellers, which they look brass. If you see the pictures of them, they look like it's brass, but it's actually brass, aluminum, and I think he said steel. I'll have to double check that, but I didn't realize. So it's a meld. He says it's a very good type of prop. It's a type of prop where it's light but it's strong. So that was good to know. He was able to take an inch out of the pitch for my props, so I should be able to get another 300 RPM out of the motors. So typically I run a few hundred RPM under the max for my 6.2 Mercruisers. So this should help me get up into the power range, maybe get a little extra speed. And if anybody watched my video on the dinghy prop change out, you saw what a difference changing that prop made by going with a smaller pitch. I actually got the boat up on plane faster, and I was able to get speeds that I could not get with the larger prop, just due to the I guess it wasn't pushing enough water. The motor didn't get into its power range. So that's going to be a good thing to I'm looking forward to checking that out in the spring. We'll compare the two props in another video once we get this boat in the water, which it will not be anytime soon. It's in the teens outside right now. I had to break snow off of the shrink wrap. It's falling all over the place, but we're getting there. We're starting to look forward to working on the boat again. I'm a bit behind because of the weather. I usually get some work in, maybe one weekend a month. I get down here and start turning wrenches, but it's been too cold. The weather's been too brutal. Sometimes when it's that cold, you end up breaking things. And speaking of that, I did break something because it was so cold. In my infinite wisdom, I decided to try to take some of the clear plastic windows down from up on the cockpit, up in the on the bridge. The rear windows on the back of the Meridian 341, the big picture windows that typically that plastic I keep up all year. I wanted to take it down and really clean it over the winter like I do with most of the eisenglass. However, when I tried to pop it out of its mount, it slipped out of my fingers and the sheet fell down to the cockpit, maybe like a 6 or 8 foot drop, and the plastic was so cold it shattered like glass. So unfortunately, that is probably going to cost me a few $100s to get that one piece of plastic redone. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.